You now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you'll be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they will be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Boomona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Dogs office in the Krauts Bazaar. Alright, oh, I can still walk. Dietrich, nothing more to say. I got nothing more to say. Should probably be getting ready for your trip to Das Castle House. Time is short. I would like to ask you about another matter about the team. If you have questions about your teammates, I recommend checking your mission computer. I know that Monica wrote dossiers on each of them. Amso's voice is sad. She'll be the best qualified to tell you about their capabilities anyway. Krauts Bazaar? A little slice of heaven, isn't it? What can I tell you about our kites? Yeah, I don't know if heaven's the word I would use. Some of the other people in the Krauts Bazaar. Where can I sell pay data found on the run? Check the Shadowlands BBS on the mission computer. Monica, she used to the bidding service there to sell valuable data, alright? Another question. Some of the other people? Very well, where to begin? Samuel Beckenhauer is a good man, perhaps a bit xenophobic, but this is to be expected. He stands up for the rights of the goblinoid races, the orcs and the trolls, yes? And they have been more vilified and victimized than any of the other metahuman breeds. What is important is that he is a leader and a healer, and that he helps his people. Well, good on him. In the Soykav shop, you'll find Jan Goldschmidt. I tell you that you will find him there because he never seems to leave the place. Every time I go for a coffee, he is there, sipping on Soykav. Beyond that, I cannot say what I think of the man. He is a jovial sack of fat. Perhaps if you speak with him, you can learn something more. Have you any more questions for me, or may I get back to work? Alright. Later. He only told us about 2 people. Alright, so here's the computer. We have dossiers to read. Your workstation and mission computer, the command center for your team's operations, and your last link to the memory of Monica Schaefer. Her thoughts and words live on in the machine. At times it's easy to forget that she's gone. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fills the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Check the inbox for new messages. I mean, it says you have 0. You have no unread messages. Ah, yes, the fields. Read your old messages. Vid, hello Ace. The screen flickers to life and Monica's face appears. Her hands are on her hips and she's wearing a wry smile. Hey Ace, if you're reading this, it means I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. You said it. In any case, I'm sure that you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man, and he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace. Iga might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet that she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team that nobody else has. You want her on your side. Okay. So she was planning for me to take over already. I assume Ace is me. My advice to you is this: hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. I haven't been... I mean, I don't know if I push back. I'm more of a Tai Chi kind of guy. I don't know if you know how Tai Chi works. You don't push back. Like if someone pushes you, you kind of step out of the way and let their momentum overshoot, and then they fall over by themselves. That's Tai Chi. Like you don't push back, you just like redirect their momentum and let them hurt themselves. That's Tai Chi. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason than because Monica said so. Right? I have faith in your Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you. The image is uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your ass. I mean that. Oh, I like that. I like my ass being haunted by a hot chick. Can you do that even if I don't botch this? Can you? Can you haunt my ass? I want my ass haunted. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back at your inbox. There's only one message in the inbox, and it's from herself to me. Alright. Open the jobs directory. Jobs main. Read all pending. Completed jobs. Nothing? Alright. Jobs directory. Pending active jobs. Alright, nothing. Shadowlands BBS. Shadowlands connection established successfully. Link strength 100%, spoofing equals 1. Group info now anon. Welcome to Shadowlands. Postpaid data for sale. Attach data to escrow account. Data will be automatically sold to the highest bidder. Both parties will remain anonymous throughout transaction. Antiquities deliveries schedule. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Search PBS for relevant keywords. Killer in Seattle? Question mark? Oh, this is the last game. Anyone else reading about this? City's got a Lone Star contract and they can't catch the guy. This Emerald City Ripper has been on a spree and so far no one has a clue. Pathetic. If someone like that happened on my block, some vigilantes would have tracked him down and stopped him. Shows how good state payroll cops are. So this is apparently simultaneous with the other story. Who says it's a he? They don't have any leads. I'll be in Seattle next week. Forward any info you have about this Ripper and I'll see about taking him out for a date with my Mosha MA 2100. I'm sure Lone Star will have a fat reward waiting for whoever blasts this goon. Alright, no more posts. Who is Blutz? I think that's the name. I'm still recovering the logs. This hot dogger just trashed my Landtrid hosting server. Sounds like some kid pissed over his cartoons getting cancelled. Left a bunch of garbage files all over my disk, and I'll be cleaning them up all day. They should make you pass a dumbass test before you're allowed to dig in this town. Step up your security, write some white IC programs if you can. At least make the kid's hair stand on end for a few hours next time he tries it. Just make sure that your IC is quick. Heavy hitting IC is no good if it can't catch up with an intruder. A fact that I take advantage of on a regular basis. Oh. You can just run around them? Can you? I thought the doors are locked unless you kill all the IC. Always running ACW. Like clockwork. If you two are finished, I did have IC on the thing. Tracked the hole down. Grocery store across the street was piggybacking on my land and they left an unsecured checkpoint in a bathroom store. Old as hell maintenance check in a fuse box and my security ignored it. Mystery solved. The data security around here is awful. Shadowland isn't your personal tech support board, Lumens. Glad to see you fix your own problem. Only way you're gonna learn. Alright, go back. And access Monica's team personnel files. Poor Amso, Dietrich, Gloria, I guess 60. Watch Monica's entry on Amso. Wait, she recorded it? It's not just writing? She records herself talking about her teammates. The image of Monica appears on the screen. Poor, a talented and well-connected fixer with contacts all over Berlin. She pauses for a moment. He's more to me than that, of course, but that's neither here nor there. What, is he your dad? The image winks back off the screen. You find yourself back at the menu. That's not very useful, Monica. Dietrich, one of my dearest friends, and a shaman of tremendous power, a good man to have at your side in a fight. I tend to use Dietrich in a support role. His magic can dramatically bolster the combat effectiveness of a frontline fighter like Iger or Glory. But with the chips down, he's more than capable of dishing out punishment on his own. Can't think of much else to say about Dietrich, just a good, reliable guy. She pauses for a moment. When she speaks again, you can hear a hint of guilt in her voice. He is getting a little long in the tooth for a Shadowrunner. I'm not sure how many more years he has ahead of him in this game, but I'll be happy to run with him for as long as he's able. We'll see, I suppose. Well, I mean, okay. Glory? Glory, our damaged enigma. I've known her for almost 5 years now, but I don't think that I'll ever really know her. Somehow I doubt that anyone will. On an operational level, Glory's solid. That chrome of hers may be old, but it gets the job done. I've seen her take a troll apart with her hand razors. And when her adrenal pump is running, she moves faster than anyone I've ever seen. Uh-huh. On top of all that, Glory is a competent field medic. I don't know where she learned medicine, yet another question mark, but she patched me up at least a dozen times. Between her skill with the medkit and Dietrich's magic, we haven't had much trouble with serious injuries, and in our line of work that's a luxury. Monica pauses for a moment, then shrugs. That's really all I know about Glory. She keeps to herself, barely talks, and spends most of her off time staring at nothing. I've seen this kind of behavior before, of course. Something bad happened to her in her past. Deep down, I think she's still running from it, and I'm sure that her cyberware ties into it somehow. I don't know, maybe someday she'll open up to me. I like to think that she will. We'll see, I suppose. Right, Iga. Iga. What to say about Iga? She's smart, she's strong, and she's one hell of a soldier. In a close-up fight, I've seen her take apart an entire security team with her shotgun, and she's even more dangerous at range. It's a handy thing having a trained sniper on the team. A sniper and a shotgun at the same time. All in all, we enjoy one hell of an advantage thanks to her. Unfortunately, there are some disadvantages too. All of that military training has left her, how to say, rigid, I suppose. Yeah, no, but you just have to work with it. Unlike the others, Iga isn't content to go with the flow. She wants lists and maps and timetables. She wants a hierarchy and she wants it to be formalized. I'm not sure that's how militaries really work. I mean, that's how they try to work. But once you get into combat, like you can't do that in real combat. I don't think that's how militaries really work. Military, they usually have so much structure. Because once you get into a fight, you lose a lot of that structure very quickly. And like you lose like 80% of what you prepared, and then the remaining 20% have to keep you going, keep you organized enough to survive the fight. You see what I mean? Like, you know, why do they have so much structure and so much discipline and so much logistics? It's because once you get into the fight, all that stuff gets blown up. Like, it just gets blown the crap up, and then you're left with a few scraps of it, and then the scraps have to get you through. Like, that's the reality of like getting into a battle, right? So yeah, militaries have a lot of hierarchy, a lot of discipline, a lot of like lists and maps and timetables. But that's because if you don't have enough, what little you have gets blown up, and then you have nothing. You need to have enough so that when you're getting blown up, you still have enough to get by. Does that make sense? Anyway, I don't think that she realizes it, but giving her what she wants would destroy this team. Glory and Dietrich wouldn't put up with it for more than a day or two. I know that I wouldn't, but she keeps on pushing all the same. Yeah, I don't think... I mean... I don't know, it's Look, I don't think what is necessary is a lot of strict hierarchy. I think what's necessary is like a plan B and a plan C and a plan D and a plan E. And if everything goes well, you never use those. So like they're there, but they're not a burden. They're a backup. Does that make sense? It's not like yes, there is a lot of plans, but most of them you don't use. Like maybe plan A doesn't work, and then plan B works, and then you don't worry about D, C, D, and E. But you have them there because things go bad. In war, things go bad. In Shadowruns, things go bad, and all that stuff, like all those maps, like you end up not using most of them. You end up using the one map that matters. But because you don't know what's gonna happen, you have all the maps prepared, and then you end up only using one. You see what I mean? Like it's not really that much structure in the military. I mean, yes it is, but in practice, not really. Does that make sense? Monica shakes her head. One of these days, this situation is going to come to a head. I just hope it doesn't happen soon. No, I'm kind of on Iger's side on this, actually. I'm actually kind of on Iger's side on this. I think if Monica had more plans, maybe she wouldn't have died. If she had more preparations, maybe she wouldn't have died. Is what I'm thinking. And I think that's what Iger's thinking as well, to be honest. Alright, watch Monica's entry on myself. SCKC, my secret weapon. I've run enough with SCKC to know that he's trustworthy. Good in the fight too, but beyond all of that, it's good just to see him again. I'm just secret weapon. There aren't many people left from the old days, far too few, and SCKC, well, he was always the best of them. I was. She takes a deep breath, then shakes her head with a sigh. God, that was sappy. Mental note, we record this before SCKC gets a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that he'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Iger would want, but it's what would be best for the team. Really? I mean, if you say so. Not sure why she said that, but okay. Alright, where are we going? This yellow arrow... Wait, where? Oh, we're going to the, Wait, the yellow arrow... Does it want me to keep looking at this? Do I have to look at my stash? No, right? I don't have anything in my stash. Not really. Also, didn't I buy 2 more software? There's a yellow arrow up here pointing back that way. I don't think that's actually anything though. There's an arrow pointing to this station, and then there's an arrow pointing to this station. I think it's the same thing. Alright, I'm gonna save the game here, take a break. When we come back, we go on our first actual mission. Do we count the tutorial one? Anyway, I'll see you next time.